All right, and welcome everyone. My name is Jamie, and we are here for the 9 days of EFT. We're letting Rev Elvia have the weekend off so she can rest her throat. So, with that being said, we are on day 5 of our theme of surrender, and was chatting with some of our participants that had joined that I'm longtime friends with from our Angels Teach community, and they may giggle when I share the card that came forward for today. And our theme of surrender is coming together. So if you guys knew what we were talking about before, you would understand why I'm laughing. And I have to giggle at the angels. But I love this because one of the things that I had written down to focus on today was surrendering to the need to be able to control others, and just thinking of how much that can bring us together. So just going to take a moment and just ask everyone to place their hand over their heart and take a nice deep breath in and letting it out. And just really allowing ourselves again to drop into our bodies so that we may really be present for our time together here this morning, and to really sit in a space of gratitude for each and every one of you, be you joining live or the recording. And again, we'll take one more deep breath in, holding the expansion and letting it go. All right. And I'm just doing one little techie thing real quick to see if we ever started live in our group, which no, I do not see us. So we will get that straightened out on the back end. But yeah, so for today, I don't have a whole lot to intro on because I really wanted to touch on some of the stuff that came up yesterday that we didn't get to, which again, we had the theme of not being able to control others. It definitely seems easier to not try than to fail, right? And we can feel overwhelmed by the heaviness, especially when we surrender into doing God's work, because that kind of makes, I feel like when we associate work to anything, especially God, it makes God our boss, which on one hand for many, God, and again, we can switch out, it can be universe, source, creator, higher power, whatever it is for you. But when we kind of give ourselves a title of what we're doing when we're working rather than being, it kind of takes on that persona as the boss. Or even if you think about it in a lot of religious texts, we're told that God is our father and we cannot, don't be disobedient, we must obey. And it can really make it hard to surrender because who wants to let God down? Or who wants to nobody wants to let their parents down, especially I find with little girls, like one of the most heartbreaking things is if we ever felt like we let our fathers down. And I know a lot of, there's different dynamics between kids and their parents, but I know for me, one of the most crushing things ever, because I was just Daddy's little girl, I was very blessed. But if I ever did anything where I felt like I let him down, oh my gosh, that was like nothing could make me feel like more poop in a moment than that. So with that being said, we're just going to go ahead and dive right in. I do sometimes do my EFT a little different than Rev, my word choices. So, always go with what's right for you. I mean, it's pretty much the same, but yeah, so we'll have to just start tapping. Just one more nice deep breath as we center in. Even though I feel overwhelmed at the thought of letting God down, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And even though it seems easier to not try than to fail and to let God down, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And even though I'm afraid to let anyone down, So it makes it hard for me to surrender. And I feel like I need to hold on to control. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And even though I'm scared that I'm going to let God down, I still deeply and completely love and accept myself. And take a nice deep breath in. And I start at top of the head, afraid of letting God down. Top of the eyes. It's overwhelming to think of letting God down. Side of the eyes, the need to control. Under the eyes, so I don't let God down. Under the nose, I'm afraid I'll be punished. In the chin, I'm afraid I won't be worthy. Collarbones, I'm afraid I won't be lovable. And collarbones, what if I let God down? Top of the head, what if I let my people down? Top of the eyes, what if I let myself down? Side of the eyes, it's not safe for me to surrender. Under the eyes, it's not safe to surrender. Top of the lip, what if I surrender and somebody gets hurt? Chin, what if I surrender and make a bad choice? I'm afraid to surrender. And under the arms, I'm afraid to surrender. And a nice deep breath in. And then just, if anything's come up for anyone, feel free to type it in the chat. Or if you're feeling anything, or and it's okay if something different comes to mind. Everybody's quiet this morning. Lots of letting go. Yeah, someone said there's lots of letting go and yawning. Yeah, I could, in the case of transparency, feel a little like I want it to grip a little tighter. Okay. Well, then we will just jump right in. All right. Go another round. Nice deep breath. Even though being scared to surrender makes me consciously or unconsciously try to control others, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And even though sometimes I feel like I need to control others because it makes me feel safe if I'm in control, because it doesn't feel safe to surrender, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And even though I'm really scared to surrender because I don't know who may leave my life, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And even though it doesn't feel safe to surrender, and it makes me feel like I need to control everything, including those around me, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Nice deep breath in. Top of the head when you're ready. It doesn't feel safe to surrender. Top of the eyes. I don't want to surrender. Side of the eyes. Surrender can mean change. And change is scary. I don't like change because I'm not in control. It doesn't feel safe to surrender because I may have to change. And what if change brings pain? What if change means I have to start all over again? I don't want to start over again. I just want consistency. I want peace. I don't know that I want to surrender. It sounds scary to surrender. I'm afraid to surrender. And a nice deep breath in. And again, if anything came up for anyone, feel free to tap it in. Or type it in, tap it in, type it in. we're not tapping it in, we want to tap it out. But someone's saying that in the chat we're getting feedback. Yes, lots of fear of change may be painful. Being afraid to let go. Oh, yay. For the first time, my tapping points are not sore. Letting other people down and what they will think. All right. We'll dive in. I'm hearing for our third and final round. So we will dive in, and on this round, I want to work on reprogramming and rewriting those stories. So nice deep breath in when you're ready. Even though in the past, I was afraid to surrender and allow change because change hasn't always felt good. So it scares me to think about going through yet another change, especially now with all the heaviness and uncertainty in the world. I don't want to feel any more pain. So I try to control, and I haven't allowed myself to surrender. But I'm now willing to take that first leap of faith and let go and let God. I'm now willing to explore the possibilities and how good it can feel to let go. I'm now willing to allow myself to surrender. And I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And even though in the past, I was afraid of letting other people down. I mean, because what would they think of me if I did? What would they say? Who would they perceive me to be? I might be seen for something I'm not. And that's not always a comfortable feeling. And the last thing I'd want to do is to let anyone down. I'm now willing to know that when I make the choices that are right for me, and when I allow myself to be in a state of surrender, I'm allowing myself to show up fully present and fully visible. And although in the past that may have seemed like a very uncomfortable thing to be, I'm now willing to start to embrace just how good it can actually feel. Because when I show up as me, it allows people to see me for me. And there's no opinions to be formed that aren't true. And if by chance there were, it wouldn't matter anyway. Because I know I am love. And I know I am light. And I know that sometimes I'm here to be a teacher for others. And sometimes the way I teach others is by when I show up my true self and they don't see me as such. Something gets triggered in them that brings them full circle. And in the end, once the healing is done, they do see me for me. And what a beautiful thing that is. And I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And even though in the past it didn't feel safe to surrender, I now choose to remember that I am a child of the divine, and I am always fully supported, and I am safe, and I am wrapped in the wings of the angels and their gentle love and protection, and the universe always has my back, and I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And a nice deep breath in. Top of the head when you're ready. I'm writing a new story. Top of the eyes. I'm willing to surrender. I'm willing to open up to the possibility that it is safe to surrender. I'm open to the possibility that it's safe to let go. The lip. I'm open to the possibility that it feels good to surrender. The chin, I'm open to the possibility that it feels good to let go. Collarbones, I'm open to how good it feels to just be me. Under the arms, I'm open to the possibility of how good it feels to just be. Top of the head, I am a divine child of God. Top of the eyes, I am safe. Side of the eyes, I am protected. Under the eyes, it is safe for me to surrender. On top of the lip, it is safe for me to let go. Chin, it feels good to let go. The collarbones, it feels so good to surrender. Under the arms, it feels so good to be free and be me and to simply be. And a nice deep breath in and letting it go. All right, how's everyone feeling? All right. So I know Rev has been closing with affirmations, but I have a little thing that I like to do. And it's called Ask and Receive. And it really bridges the conscious and the subconscious or unconscious, however you want to word it. Some of you may have done this with me before, but for those who haven't, just placing your hand over your heart and repeating after me. There's a part of my being that already knows that it is safe for me to surrender. And that part of my being is willing to inform the rest of me now. It is doing so now with grace and ease. My mind, body, and spirit are receiving this information. And this information transfer is now complete. And just taking a nice deep breath in. Oh, thank you. I don't know if you guys can see, somebody was saying they were drawn to my ring. This is my little right hand ring, because I know sometimes the videos are backwards, so no, I am not engaged. Okay. But that being said, yes, this was actually a treat to myself. Oh my gosh, I don't even know how many years ago. And for whatever reason, I put it on yesterday, and so I love that feedback. Thank you. And I will be reminded of that as I look down. So thank you, thank you. And is everybody feeling okay? Center, good, good. Alrighty, my dears. Well, I thank you so much for being here. And well, it won't matter at this point, but I started to say it, so I'm going to finish it. This will be posted, and it will also be posted to the YouTube channel. I'm not sure at what point today, but it will be up at some point today. Because like I say, it's the weekend, so we're a little, schedules are a little different and things are happening. So I wish you all well. I'm going to stop the recording. And then, so for those watching, have a blessed and beautiful day. Take care, be well, be blessed.